welcome to my North Knit Corner podcast. My name is Anne, and I come to you from the south of Norway, where I live with my husband and my 3 sons. Welcome back if you have been here before, and welcome if you are here for the first time. Today I am doing a different kind of video. I will show you some of the things I knit in 2022. So I hope you will join me for that. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas celebration or holiday, or just had some good relaxing days during the Christmas time. Even if you don't celebrate, I hope you enjoyed some rest, some time off. And that you have a happy, good New Year. Yes, I will try to go through some of the things that I knitted last year. And I have to say it's a lot. So I won't show you socks and I won't show you the hats and the mittens because we could be here all day. And just so you know, many of you already know, but I don't work because of health issues. So I have a lot of knitting time. And I know not every one of you have that amount of time to knit. So that is why I have many things. And I don't like that we compare the words. I don't like that we compare with each other how much we have knit. It has nothing to say. The most important thing is that we enjoy the time we have to knit and knit on things we love. And if that is one sweater during 1 year or 2 or 20, that doesn't matter. We have different situations, different lives, and mine is just that I can't work, so I have a lot of time to knit when my kids are at school, and in the evening when dinner and homework is done, I also have a lot of hours to knit. So if I could trade that with a job and colleagues, I would do it in a heartbeat. So that's just my situation. So that's why I have a lot of finished things knitted last year. So I can take like a summary. I have a music stand here with notes on, or with my knitting book that I kept the notes of all my knitting from the last year. So I can just do a quick summary. I have knitted 13 pairs of socks, 9 hats, 3 cowls, 10 sweaters, 5 pairs of mittens, 4 headbands, 4 baby knits, 4 shawls, 2 cardigans, and 13 summer tops. And if I'm correct, that is 67 finished objects. That's a lot. But like I said, I have a lot of knitting time, so I might knit between 5 and 8 hours a day. Some days maybe more. Well, depends on how I am feeling, and if I don't have a good day, then sitting in my chair and knitting is what I can do. So that's just how it is. But I am very happy that I have my knitting. It's therapy. It gives me a lot of joy. So that's how it is. Okay, enough about that. Let's just start. I'm sorry if I'm looking a lot that way, but I have my notes there. So I just have to look because I can't remember anything about the project I did in the beginning of the year, and probably not a lot about the projects from the last or from the last month either, because I forget very fast. So I will just have some of my notes here. I won't say too much about every item because that we will be here all day, and I don't want to keep you for that long, but I will divide it. So I take sweaters, I take cardigans and summer tops, and so you can just, and I will have timestamps and everything, so you can just jump to whatever you want or skip the whole thing. You do what you want. I am wearing the first finished sweater of 2022, which is No Frills by Petite Knit. I knitted this in a yarn that I dyed myself, the first yarn that I dyed ever. So that was a lot of fun. I did that with Wilton icing color. That was before I tried acid dyes, which I much more prefer, but it was a lot of fun to try out with Wilton icing color. So this is kind of wild. You see there's a lot of speckles in all different colors, but I really do love this one. I love the No Frills pattern by Petite Knit, if I didn't say so. And I knitted it in Drops Baby Merino, which is the yarn that I dyed. And together with Dale Tynn Kid Silk Erle in the colorway 4001, that is just white. I knitted the size small. I have no frills from 2021, which is the size medium, and I love that one too, but it's way too big for me. And just for reference, my bust circumference is about 90 centimeters and I'm 166 centimeters tall, so you can have that as a reference when you see the fit. So this is a small, and this is perfect. The medium is way too much positive ease for me, and this still have positive ease, so I really do enjoy it. It's one of my not most used garments, but I use it a lot, so really love this one. Okay, and the next one that I knit, just change, is Overvintring. It's by a Norwegian designer called Aftenstrikk. And this is a really wonderful design, and I think the pattern is also in English. I had my eye on this for a very long time because I do really love the color work here. And actually this is the first sweater that I was very happy with the color work and how it turned out. I have knitted a few color work sweaters before, but they didn't turn out really good. I wasn't happy with them, but this one actually turned out okay. Yeah, I think it's very difficult with the floats and not getting it too tight or too loose, but this one was actually good. And I think it has a lot to do with the yarn, which is Rauma Finull. And I really do love that yarn because it's so forgiving when you knit with it. And yeah, it's perfect for color work, I think. So I have more projects in mind with Rauma Finull. And if I am knitting color work, I think that's the yarn for me. Yes, I haven't written down the size, but I think it's a medium. And I think it's okay. It's a little bit big maybe, but it's okay. It's just that I don't like too much positive ease, but it's okay, and I've used it a lot. Yeah. I think it's really nice, the color work, as I said already. I will have links to my Ravelry below for all the things I talk about. So if there are things that I don't mention, like color names and everything, you can find it there, or please send me a message on Instagram and I will try to answer. Yes, I feel like I'm really chatty and rushing, and I'm sorry about that. I haven't really prepared too much, but I hope it's okay. Okay, next one is, let me check. It's Zweig. And these sweaters have been in my closet, so they may be a bit wrinkly, but that's just how it is. So this is Zweig by Boylan Knitworks. Ooh. So this I knitted in around March last year. It's knitted in hand-dyed yarn from Garnfene called Skrapjern. It's this one, the dark gray, with like kind of rust colors in it. And this lace part is knitted in Through the Wardrobe yarn. Yeah, doesn't have a color name. No, from Through the Wardrobe yarn, and I really think it's so beautiful, this lace part, and I love the colors I've chosen. It has some glitter in it, as you can see, and I think they match really well. And I love the crosses on the sweater. Yeah. And this is also a sweater I've used a lot. When I say used a lot, it's I am home most of the time, so I do wear a lot of cozy pants and like college sweaters. So when I don't go to work and stuff, I don't have to get dressed up. That's not the right term, but so I don't get a lot of wear out of my sweaters, and that's too bad because I have a lot. But I always use knitted sweaters when I go out. So, but this is one of the ones I have used. I've used it quite a lot. And that's a thought I have for 2023, to be better to just take on some real clothes, even though I'm all just home, because maybe it can even help my spirits a bit. Not going around in my pajamas all day. That's not always good for the mental health, I think. Anyway, yes. I haven't written down the size, but I chose the right one. I'm really happy with how it sits and fits. And I love the long arms. I do prefer the long sleeves. All right. Let me turn the page while I try to take off my sweater at the same time. Okay. So the next one, it's probably the one that I have used the most. This I use at home as well because it's so comfy and cozy. It's the Chunky Dahlia by Lenit, Lene Holme Samsø. I have knitted the size small, and it's in the yarn is Viking Alpaca Brise. In the number is 341 in the color Corn, and Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk in the color 19, which is Curry. So I hold those two together and you get the kind of marled effect. which I do love. I was worried how those two would match, but I feel they turned out really good. And I love to knit this. It was on the needles 6 and 7 millimeters, so it goes by so fast and it's so comfy. When I took it on the first time, I was like, oh no, this is way too big for me. I don't like the width. It's too much. But actually, I love it now. I just had to wear it a few times and I do really love it. So I have yarn for one more that I will knit this year because it's so usable. It's what I take out of my closet when I'm just going out for a quick walk or to the shops or whatever, because it's so easy to grab and easy to wear, and it fits with everything. All right, the next one is now it was a long pause from sweater knitting. So this was knitted this was done in April. So the next sweater I knitted wasn't before August, because I have a lot of summer tops. I think I said 13 or something. And I've been eyeing the Love Note for a very long time. I mean, I feel like everyone has knitted a Love Note. Not me, but now I have. And the fit of this is just perfect. But now I have to find out what's back. That's the back. Right. Let me see if I can get it over my head with my glasses on. So I have knitted size small, and I am happy with that because I didn't want positive, and I hardly have anything. Like I talked about in my podcast when I showed this, is that I was afraid that it was too short. But I wanted a short sweater or a cropped sweater, but I was afraid that it was too cropped. But actually, when I blocked it, I got to stretch it about 5 centimeters. So it turned out okay, and I'm happy that it's not too long. Because sometimes when I wear high-waisted jeans or a dress, it's nice that it's not a long sweater. So I knitted this in hand-dyed yarn from Garnfene, and the colorway is called Wisteria. And yeah, the longer in the back, and I like that too. And I like that it's short rows, and yeah, I need short rows. That's important. Yes, colorway is Wisteria. And I also had a strand of Viking Kid Silk and the color 364, which is called pink, I think. Really happy with how it turned out, and I like the sleeves too. Because garments with mohair and kid silk, I think, is all often very warm. So to have the short sleeves or have the 3/4 sleeves, I think helps a lot. Yeah, so that's my Love Note. And I really love the fit of this, and I could knit one in every color. I can't do that because I have so many sweaters. But I love it. Alright, my next is the Brush Strokes pullover. Oh, I think I have to take off my glasses this time. It is, like you see, it's tight in where the head is going. It's a bit tight. It goes fine, but it could be a bit stretchier. That's okay, no problem. Okay, and the Brush Strokes Pullover by Tiff Nealon. This I knitted in October. Here it is. And this I also had my eyes on for a very long time. I bought the yarn for this in 2021 at a knitting festival. So I had the yarn ready and the pattern ready, but I didn't knit it in before October last year. So almost a year after I bought the yarn and the pattern. But that's how it is when you get inspired and you want to knit everything at the same time. Yes, it's knitted on 5mm needle, so it went by very fast. It's knitted in hand-dyed yarn from Spøtegarn in the colorway Granskog. This one. And also pink. It didn't have a name, so I just call it pink. Yeah. So this is how it looks. The yoke. And I do really love the arms, the long rib. And I also think it's really nice down here. Can turn around for you. This I have only used once. I copied Tiff Nealon's colors because she has green and pink in her sweater, and I thought that was so nice. And I do think it's nice, but I don't know. There's just something about this that doesn't make me grab it from the closet. I don't know if it's too special or special. I don't know. I want to blend in. I'm not the person that want to yeah. I want to blend in. I'm an introvert. I like to sit in my corner. I don't talk much when I'm together with people. I do talk, of course. But I'm not very good at small talk and stuff like that. But anyway, that has nothing to do with wearing it. But I don't wanna, I wanna blend in. And I feel like this is not a blend in kind of sweater. I don't know. But when I look at myself, I have my screen over there. When I look at myself in the screen, I think it looks good. So I have to do better. I have to use it. And maybe I can even use it with this skirt I have on. You can't see it too much, but yeah. So I think it's very nice, and I haven't used it so much. But maybe that can change. The size I haven't written down here, but it doesn't have a lot of positives, just how I like it. Yeah, but the information is all in my Ravelry, so you can check it out there if you are interested. And then I have knitted a ranunculus that is like the love note. It's something that I've seen many people knit, but the ranunculus I was a little bit afraid of knitting because I didn't really understand the sizing. I think it's so much positives even in the smallest size that I was a little bit, isn't it too wide and airy? But I think it looks so beautiful on everyone else. So I was like, okay, it's time. A Norwegian podcaster had a knit along for it. So then I just decided I want to I want to knit the ranunculus, and I'm so happy I did because I love it so much. I think it is so good. I'm so happy with the color. The yarn is, let me see, the yarn is from the hand-dye of Garn Fena. The color is called Ola, this blue one, and I knitted together with a Sandnes Tynn Silk Mohair and the colorway Dark Sky Blue. It has the number 6042. And I really love it. This is a beautiful lace pattern. I think it's so nice. And yeah, everything turned out perfect. I knit the size 1. And I'm happy I chose that because I couldn't have wanted more ease than I have. Yeah. Ta-da! I love this one. I think it's perfect when you are getting dressed up, but it's also perfect with just a pair of jeans. And yeah, and it's not cropped, but it's not very long either, so I really, really love it. I also knitted two single malt sweaters by Max the Knitter this year. No, not this year, last year. For my oldest son, who is 16, and my husband. Here is my husband's sweater, which has been clearly in the closet. My son is actually wearing his. He is wearing it so much, and I love it. I think it's so much fun when they use the things I knit for them, and he loves his sweater, so he has used it so much. My son's sweater is knitted in Drops, Nepal. And it peels a lot. I have forgotten to say something about the wear of these sweaters, but I actually doesn't have, so I don't think any one of them are peeling. Yeah, maybe this Chunky Dolly I see has some, could use a deep peeling, but I don't mind. This one my husband got for Christmas, and it's knitted in Drops, Alaska, and he has used it several times already, so I love that. He's really happy with it, but it hasn't peeled anything yet, so maybe that will be a lot of fun to see if Drops, Alaska is like peels less than Drops Nepal, because Drops Nepal peels a lot. I already de-peeled it once, my son's sweater, and it's just madness. But he doesn't care. He uses it anyway, so I'm happy about that. Okay, that's all the sweaters. Yeah, I will see if I can get my son and husband to model their sweaters. I can't guarantee it, but maybe. Okay, let me get something to drink and we will go on to the cardigans and summer tops. Okay, next up is cardigans. I needed 2, or this is like a long jacket. It's the Virvel Coat by A Knit Story. It's a pattern only in Norwegian. A Knit Story also has the yarn, and the yarn is called Feel Good Slim, and it's in the color Cognac, and it's also together with a strand of Summer Breeze. It's also the color Cognac, and this yarn was gifted to me for my birthday, I think 2 years ago, from my good friend. So she was a consultant for A Knit Story, So I was really happy when she gave this to me, so I could knit it. And this I have used a lot because it's such a perfect jacket for the spring, and early summer here in Norway can also be quite cold. So it's good to have just an easy coat or jacket to take over the summer tops or t-shirts when it gets a little chilly. So I've used this a lot, and also for the beginning of fall. It's so great. And it has this cool detail in the back with it's called virvel in Norwegian, and I don't know what it's called in English, but maybe I can write it on the screen, but you can see already. It's like not a cable, but yeah. So I think that's really cool. It's long, so long that I can't show it to you, but yeah, it's quite long. It goes just above my knee, so that's great. And clearly I don't button this up very often because I just realized that I have 3 buttons but only 2 buttonholes. Ta-da! So I have forgotten to knit a 3rd buttonhole, but I have used this jacket a lot and I have never seen it before, so that's okay. Because I often just wear it like this or with one button closed, so it doesn't really matter. But it's very comfy, and I use it all the time. So happy with this one. I have one more cardigan, and it's the Stria cardigan. Let me just see if I can find my notes on that one. Yes, Stria is a cardigan by Andrea Mowry, or Dreer Knits on Instagram, and this is also a cardigan that I'm very happy with, but I haven't used it so much. I was done with this late July, so I had a few months I could have used it, but I can use it now as well, of course, but my thought was over dresses and stuff like that, but I haven't used it so much. I don't know why, because I think it's really nice. It's knitted in Sandnes Sunday, the colorway Hit, and the number is 1015, and with minis in different colors from Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co., which I think are so nice. And I think it's really nice with I guess this is what you call half fisherman's rib. Correct me if I'm wrong. It took a long time to knit. I think I used 2 months. So for some that's not a long time. For me it is. But I think it's because of the half fisherman's rib. It was just, in the beginning I loved it because you knit to one more stripe and it's a lot of fun. But after a while I got pretty tired of it, and I think I had a few weeks break even. But then I finished it. So this is one that I really want to use more. So I hope I will. We'll see. Now it's winter and it's snow and cold here, so I can of course use it as a layering piece, but probably not. I take my thick sweaters instead. But it's nice, not too long. I am happy with the colors in my stripes. It's a good fit. I love my buttons. It's just like, yeah, I don't know the name of them in English, but perlemor, we call it. Mother of pearl buttons. I don't know what you call it, but that's what we call them. Yeah. So that's my second and last cardigan of 2022. And then it's the summer tops and blouses. Yeah, I'm sure you all see what it is. Let me get my notes. It's the Sea Glass Tee by Wool & Pine. I knitted this in my 2021 advent calendar from a hand iron Norway called Garnbutikken Fortuna. I talked to you a lot about this one in one of my episodes last year because I didn't know if I liked it or I hated it or whatever. I think, yeah, I can come close and you can see different colors. It's a lot of colors. Yeah, I mean, the fit is perfect. I like it. But as you can see, I don't like this. It always flaps out in the neck and I don't like it. I like it and when I see it in the front. When I see it in back and I see this, I really don't like it. I haven't written down here the size, but I think it's the size. Yeah, I have. It's the size 2. There you have it. So I haven't used it a lot, but a little bit. And because it's hand dye yarn, it looks messy. I don't know. But that's how it is when you knit with hand dye yarn, I guess. But that is also when I see Sea Glass tees on Instagram, for example. That's how many of them look if they don't have if they have hand dyed yarn. So yeah, and I didn't think about which color I chose. I just took one. And of course there are a lot of threads or ends in the back, so I feel you can see it go down here, but yeah, that's just how it is. I knitted one more Sea Glass tee because I really wanted a Sea Glass tee that I could love, and I wanted to try and knit it again, see if I could make one that was better. I don't think I did, but that's okay. I used the rest of the leftovers from the minis from the advent calendar as well, because I had a lot left. So, and I knitted the size 3 for this one. I wanted to see if that helped with the back and everything, if it fitted me better. So I knitted this one, and I can show you. I mean, this is how it's looking inside. It's kind of wild. Even some that I haven't, yeah. I should take a scissor and cut some of these ends, but I haven't done that. It's wild. And for some reason I used the magic knot, is that what it's called, on this one, and that worked perfectly. But when I did the magic knot on this one, it just unraveled, and I don't know what I did wrong. I watched the YouTube tutorials and everything, but something happened. So I think it's even more messy on this one on the back with all the ends how it is. So this is size 3, and maybe you can tell me which one you think fitted me the most. Fitted me the best. Yeah. This is size 3, and maybe it's a bit better in the back, but it's not as bad as the other one, but I still feel like it stands out. I don't know if that's how it is with sea glass tea, but I don't know. Or maybe I do my short rows wrong. I don't think so, but anyway. Yeah, so this is also the sea glass tea. Bit different. So maybe you can tell me which one you like the best and which one fitted me the best. I think this flares out a lot in the bottom here, but and that this one doesn't. So I think maybe I feel like the fit on this is better, but the neck is better here. So I don't know. That's my journey with the sea glass tea anyway. I don't think I will knit it again, but now I've tried. So we'll see if I get some wear out of them in the spring and summer. Actually, they are quite warm because of I think it's because of all the changing of yarn. It gets quite thick in the fabric. Okay, I hope you're not tired. If you are, you can just turn me off. That's fine. Completely understand. But I thought it would be a lot of fun to do a video like this, because I really like or enjoy when other people do a summary of their gear. And yeah, so the next one is this Cumulus Tea by Petite Knit. As you can see, it's been in the closet for a while, so it needs a steaming. But this is knitted in the size extra small, and that is just because I couldn't get gauge. So I think I knitted this one 3-4 times. I knitted and it was way too big, and I had to rip it all back, and yeah. If you have been here before, you've seen it in another episode. So I won't talk about that, but it was a struggle to finish this one. But when I knitted the extra small size, and it's of course it's not extra small. I don't know, maybe it's small or medium, I'm not sure. But when I did that, it fit perfectly. And this yarn is really special. It's from a Christmas surprise box that I got in 2021 from the Garn Boutique in Fortuna. And in that box there was this silk yak yarn, and it is silky, and it's really shiny and soft and really thin. And I had 2 skeins. I think that's about 800 meters, and I was like, oh, I really want a garment out of this yarn. Can I make it? And I have just a few grams left. I think maybe 8 grams left or something. Maybe 10. Yeah. But I am so happy that I didn't give it up, that I kept on going and trying, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. Even though it was a struggle, and it's knitted on 2mm needles, so yeah, that's just how it is. I have a problem with gauge, but I am so happy with this one, and I will use it a lot when spring is coming. Yeah. And actually I use it a lot with this skirt I have on. And yeah. And it's really light. It's about 190 grams or something. That's perfect. Yes, the next one. was actually a struggle as well. It's the Riptide Blouse by Popknit. And I think maybe this is the knit that I'm most proud of in 2022. Because I saw this and I loved it. I bought yarn for it in 2021. The yarn is from Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. The colorway is called Aslan's Mane. And together with a strand of Sunny's Twin Silk Mohair and the colorway 2030. I knitted this in the size small. Yeah. It's also knitted on thin needles, 2mm and 2.5. And I often end up with 2 and 2.5 because I am a loose knit. So that's how it goes to get gauge. The construction of this was way more difficult than I had anticipated. So I have done some things wrong with the raglan and everything, but I don't care. It turned out okay in the end, and I love how it looks. I love how it fits. I really am so pleased with this. It's too warm to be used in the summer, but for spring it's okay. And yeah, I think it's really, really nice. I love this V pattern that goes down. And I really love this color too. It's really important for me to get a mohair, a color in the mohair that didn't ruin the hand-dyed yarn. And I think I did pretty well choosing the color. Yeah. So that's my Riptide blouse, and the one I'm most proud of from last year. The next one, I think you all know who is behind this beautiful design. It's of course the Soufflé by Penrose Knits, lovely Laura. And this I have knitted in hand-dyed yarn from Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co. She's one of my favorite hand dyers, so I have a lot of garments knitted in her yarn. The Soufflé in the size 4. The colorway is called Damson. Yeah. I think I should have knitted the size 3, and I really want to knit one more this year. I think it's too bad that I feel it's too big for me. It's too, I don't know, too big. I don't know what you think. I just feel it should have been a bit more fitted to look good. But I do love the ruffle. That was a lot of fun. It took, I think I used 4 hours, if I'm not remembering wrong, to knit this one. So it took a long time, but it was so enjoyable to see how it turned out. Of course, I'm not using this singlet under here, but that's just for convenience right now. Yeah, and I think the arms are too wide too for me, even though I tried to fit them, but because it's such a great pattern, and even how you can modify or get the right circumference for your arms are in there. It's so great. But it's just, I think I need a size 3. So hopefully I can knit myself one more this year, and maybe in a less expensive yarn. But I don't know. I haven't used this so many times. I've tried to use it over a dress, but I'm not sure. I think it's beautiful. I love the color. It's just that I think it's too big. Yeah, that's it. The souffle, and but then she came with a summer souffle, and of course I had to knit that one as well. And I had some yarn in my stash that was for another tea, but I just really wanted to knit this one when it came, and I'm glad I did, because this one I really enjoy the fit, and I knitted the right size, and I think it looks so great. Let me see in my notes here. I knitted the size 3 in this one, and I really think it looks great. Now it's been in the closet, so the ruffle is really not so fluffy, or whatever. It's knitted in the yarn Dale Lerche in the color 8106. It's blue color. I think actually it's called I've forgotten, but it's a blue. Yeah, it's not so much to say about it other than I love it, and I use this so much. That's the perfect fit. I chose the right size. I think that's one of the hardest things to do, is to choose the right size. Yeah, but with this one I did, so I'm really happy. The next one is the Sina singlet. It's a pattern from House of Yarn. I think it's only Norwegian as well. It's knitted in Dale Soft Merino, the colorway Minty Green, and Dale Thin Kid Silk, also mint green. The size small. I have knitted one more of this I think in 2021, only in Dale Lille Lerche, I think. And let me see what the content is. Oops. It is merino and cotton. So when I was buying yarn for this, she recommended a strand of kid silk together with Dale Soft Merino, and I was really skeptical because I mohair in a summer garment. I don't know, and I should have listened to myself, because I think it's nice, but it's a little bit itchy, and I usually don't have trouble with using mohair, and a little bit itch, it's okay. Or scratchy, but not in a summer garment. So I haven't used it so much, but it was done in the middle of July, so yeah, it's I don't know how much I will wear this actually, but I think it looks okay. Maybe I could use this over. Let's see. I guess I could. And then I could use it in springtime. Maybe. This is the Eve singlet. It's also by House of Yarn. This is knitted in Dale Thin Kid Silk Erle, in the colorway Ice Blue, 4031, together with another strand of Dale Thin Kid Silk Erle in the colorway Petrol. So 2 different mohairs together, or 2 different colors of the mohair. The Petrol is 4018. So it got this really cool marled effect. And I think it's like, you know, when gasoline is on the asphalt on the ground, you get this kind of rainbow shine in it. I think it looks like that. So that's cool. It has this nice part on the side, pearl knit, is that what it's called? This is also a summer top with mohair or kid silk. I don't remember the content of it, but anyway, it's the same problem as with this one, and actually they recommended that for this garment at the store, and I again was very skeptical, and I should have listened to myself. I will next time. Summer garments, I like cotton and linen, and merino is okay too, but maybe not mohair and kid silk. Yeah, kind of long, which is fine when I have shorts or I don't know, but I haven't used this so much either. That's the way it is with some knits. The next one is the brightest tee, designed by Lily Kate France, or Lily Kate Makes on Instagram. I knitted this on my way to Bulgaria this summer on vacation, and I just wanted, I looked at all my beautiful hand-dyed yarn, and I have one skein, you know, in different colorways, and one skein you can't really use for, you can use it for socks and stuff, but often you want to use it for something like a garment. So I found this pattern by Lily Kate Makes, and thought it looked good, and I saw that I could get away with one skein and a little bit extra. So this is in the size 3, and it weighs only 123 grams. So I used 100 grams of hand-dyed yarn from Garnbutikken Fortuna in the colorway Dragset Verk, the one on the top here. And on the bottom here, I have used some leftovers I had from my Sveig, from the hand-dyed Garnfene in the colorway Skrak Jern. And that was left over from the Sveig. So it's a bit darker here in the bottom, but I don't think it matters. And I really like the fit of this one. And it's really comfortable on. It's not thick. In the beginning, I was like, oh, this is too tight. I am really self-conscious. So I felt it was too tight, but after a while, I really grew to love this one. And I used this a lot last summer, and I will use it a lot this summer as well. Yeah, this was the size 3. I immediately knitted another one in the size 4, because I thought maybe the size 4 would be better, that it wouldn't be so tight and would look better. I will change into it and you can judge what you think. So this is my other brightest tee. It's knitted in the size 4. As you can see, it's been in the closet. Yeah, this is the size 4. As you can see, it's not as tight as the other one. And I thought actually I preferred the other one, but when I take this on now, maybe I prefer this one. I'm not sure. It's knitted in a yarn from another Norwegian hand dyer called Garnfene. I talked about them earlier in this episode as well. And the colorway is called To Rette og Vrang, this light one. To Rette og Vrang is a Norwegian podcast with 3 sisters. and they live close to this hand dyer, so they got their own hand dyed yarn. So they have been involved in choosing what colors they would dye the yarn with. So that's really cool. I think it's really beautiful. And the colors down here is also, they have one color each. So they are also from like the set. So this was minis that followed the hand-dyed skein, 100-gram skein. And it's just sock yarn. Yeah. Yes. Did I say it's size 4? Probably. And yeah, I can show you the colors with the speckles of this yarn. So if you notice it, you could see that it's the same colors as down here. And I just faded them in, and it turned out really good. When I first knitted it, I started to fade in like here, and that was not good, because I mean it looked really strange when you had faded in colors from here. So I have learned that fading in is if you have like really big change of colors like here, it's smart to do it under the bust. Yeah, I really love this design. I think it's fun to knit. It goes fast, and you can use that one special skein of yarn together with some leftovers, and that is a lot of fun. This one weighed 158 grams. The other one is 123. So you use more yarn for this, of course, because it's bigger, and I also knitted it a bit longer. Yeah. But I will probably make 1 or 2 more this year, because I really love it. I say love a lot, I'm sorry. It's hard to have different words when English is not your first language, but that's how it is. This is the Summer Sorrel by Wool & Pine. Another summer top that I'm very happy with. It's knitted in the size 39 and knitted in yarn from Enchanted Forest Fibers, Norwegian hand dyer. And it's knitted in 3 different of her yarns, or not, it's the same yarn, it's sock yarn, but different colors. And they are called Fantasize, Lydia, and Aegir. So I have just faded them together, and I think it looks really good. I love this dip stitch. I think it looks great. And it was a lot of fun to knit. I think the fit is perfect. I haven't knitted it so long, so it's quite cropped, or for me it's cropped. I don't really want them too much. But I can use high-waisted jeans, then skirts and dresses, and it looks good. I wanted to knit it in one color, but she didn't have. I was at a festival, knitting festival, and I was a bit late to buy the yarn for this, so she didn't have the same colors left, or several skeins of the same color. So I chose 3 colors that had some similar colors in them, and I think they faded really nicely, so I'm really happy that it turned out that way in the end. So Summer Sorrel, yeah, happy with it. Okay, I only have one left. I'm sure you're really happy about that. Ta-da! This is my lapis by Yamagara, and I don't know if you can tell, but I love, love, love this one. I said that my Riptide was the one I was most proud of, and that is right, but I am very proud of this one too. I think this turned out perfect. I love the fit, I love how it looks, and did I say it was Yamagara? Maybe. Design is from Yamagara. Let me just find my notes for this one. It's knitted in, the dark one is from Stulenstrikk. It's called Møkkete, or dirty in English. And then the gold color is from Spøtegarn, and also the white one is from Spøtegarn. And it has the lina in it, so it sparkles. And this was also just so much fun to knit. And I used it for New Year's Eve, together with a green skirt I have. And I just really, really love it. I love the way the arms turn out. Yeah, sleeves. It's no sleeves here. But yeah, just everything about it. I feel it has this kind of vintage look, which I love. And in the original pattern, there was just a short ribbing on the bottom, but I just made it longer because that's what I wanted. So that's how it turned out. So I'm really, really happy with the lapis. And it didn't go, I didn't use a lot of yarn, only 120 grams. So I have a lot left. So I can make another one, or yeah, we'll see. Yes. That's all my summer tops. That was a lot. I have two shawls I want to show you as well. I have I knitted 4 shawls last year, but I've given away 2 of them. I knitted the Calvin shawl. I can put in a picture. It's a design by Merryweather Knitting, and that was a lot of fun to knit. It turned out really big and very warm and comfy. But I don't think it's a shawl that I would have used. Not because it's not beautiful, because it is, but I tend to wear my shawls as a scarf or inside a jacket, so I gave it to my mother-in-law for Christmas, and she was really, really happy. So that makes me happy, and I love to knit it, so it's a win-win. This shawl is the Uptown shawl by Susie Hauman. It's a shawl I knitted early January 2022. I knitted this in yarn from Brie in Doodlebug Yarn Co. And I really, really love this color. And together with the Rauma Plum in the called Rust, number 26. And I think this is so, so great. I love how it looks. And yeah, the color, the pattern, everything. It was really, it was not a fun knit. It was just something I really wanted. So I didn't really enjoy the process of it, but really happy with the result. I see that it could have been time for a block again because it's really curly. But I use it so much. I use it a lot under my coat. Just this was not a very good model. Just like this under my coat. So I wear it a lot, and it's so warm and fluffy. So that's my upturned shawl, and I have one other shawl that I knitted in October. And I knitted the Ardent Autumn Shawl by Herb Garden Knitwear, Hannah, when she had Cal for her shawls in October and November. And I knitted it in Drops Soft Tweed, the color 18, which is Carrot Cake. And I think it's so beautiful. I am so happy with this shawl. I love it so much. And I wear this as well as this, like this, under my coat. It's difficult to get it nice on when I am trying to look myself in the screen here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you get the picture. I wear it under my coat, just like this. And it's really warm and it's so nice, and I love the color and I love the pattern. Everything I love. So I am so happy with both these shawls, and these are the two that I use the most. Yeah, so okay, that was a lot. A lot of sweaters, a lot of summer garments. Yeah. Thank you so much if you have joined me for this whole knitting bonanza. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all your support and for your comments and for your love. I really appreciate all of you. Yes, I will come with an episode where I talk about my plans for 2023. So yeah, that will be my next episode, and then we will resume with the normal podcast content throughout the year. Yeah, that will be good. I actually finished a sweater on the day before New Year's Eve, but I haven't shown you that because it's currently on the blocking mat, but you will see it in a podcast. So I have one more actually. Okay, but I will let you go. I just want to wish you a beautiful week and a beautiful new start to the year. Yeah, just take care of yourself, and I will see you very soon. Bye, everyone.